I want to welcome you and thank you for coming out to support such a worthy cause. My name is Dr. Rosa Milligan. I'm a publisher. I consider myself the OBGYN of the book business. I help people to birth book babies. So today I'm very excited of what we're doing here today. And this is not just a book. This is a book that will help to heal those who are hurting, will heal wounded soldiers. A book that will bring about something that we so desperately need in this time and this hour, and that is love, love, love. She was not motivated or moved like many authors who come to me. They say, I have a great story, and if I can get this book out, we'll make millions. That's not why she came. That's not why she wanted to do the book. She came thinking about how many people that she could heal, how many people she can help. When we ask the question, can one person make a difference? One person can make a difference, and Charlene is going to make that difference. Now, I want you to sit yourself up straight, prop yourself up straight, put your feet together, help me to welcome all the way from, well, she's around here, Charlene Lovett. Give it up, you all. Give it up for Charlene. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Milligan. Give it up for Dr. Milligan. First of all, I must say I thank God for giving you guys safety travels to get here today. I am so thankful to see all y'all faces here, and I'm at awe because, like Dr. Milligan said, I've been carrying this baby for a long time, and it was time for it to be delivered. And in the process of writing this book, it took me back, and I had to stop at months at a time because it got overwhelming and I had to just walk away. But I knew once I walked away for a little while and got some more strength from God and got some more courage from Him to continue on, and I knew it was something that I had to do. It was ordained for me to write this book because the book, it speaks of Cheryl, most definitely, but it's really a testimony of how God used Cheryl and then me to bring a solution to a racist issue that was going on in a community. And, you know, I want to say this, and I can say this with every fiber in me, that when you forgive, that gives you power. That gives you power to where it opens up that love valve inside of you to continue to flow in love, so you can then transfer that love towards everyone that you meet. Because if you have an incident that comes into your life and the devastation and the loss of a child, a 14-year-old child, like Dr. Milligan said, I could have just, lost my mind, went crazy, decided to stay in the bed, don't want to deal with nobody, became racist, towards, Latino, Hispanic people. That was not even a thought in my mind, because I was not going to let him take my child and then also take my heart and walk around with bitterness and hatred in my heart. All I want to say is I am so thankful that you guys are here. The book is gonna be a healing. And I encourage you to read it from the beginning to the end, so you can get a full understanding of who we are today, what we're facing today, but what we shall overcome today. We shall overcome it. So I just again want to thank you guys all for coming. And I love you all, and that's from my heart. I love each and every one of you guys.
Stay right there. You know, again, we're going to allow you to ask Charlene questions. But I was sitting in my office and she came and she said to me that the person, young man who murdered her daughter, had been murdered in prison. She talked about how her compassion went out. She said, I do not rejoice because I know what pain it is for any mother to lose a child. He had a mother too. He had sisters and brothers too. So, I mean, my spirit for her just went deep. I said, this is a true soldier here. This is someone who can help change the world. Because how many people that you know would have had that spirit when something like that happened? Many people would have rejoiced. Well, they got what was coming. Y'all know how folks do, don't you? Y'all know how folks do. But not Charlene. She exemplified to me what it really means to be a child of God.
Any questions, anybody?
Right here.
Yes.
Hi, Charlene.
Hi.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here too.
Morning, baby.
Yes.
I wanted to know, how long did it take you to write the story?
You know, the trial started 2010, the latter part of 2010. And I started writing the middle of 2011. And it's funny because when I first started writing, I was writing the old school way. I had a pencil, pen, and paper. I'm like writing and writing and writing. I'm like starting over writing. So my first 25 pages, I started out writing on pen and paper until my mom let me use her laptop, and she said, you got to do this on laptop. So I actually started in the middle of 2011, and I finished towards the ending of 2017. But like I said, it was really difficult to write because it's like I had to relive every moment of it all over again. So it would be times that I would just walk away for months at a time and I had to put it down, get renewed in my strength again, and was able to go back at it again.
Can you tell me if writing the story and reliving it has helped you to release some of the emotions that you've carried all these years as far as Cheryl?
I wouldn't say that it helped relieve emotions because losing a child is something that you would never get over. It's just something that you would live with for the rest of your life. You just learn how to live with it. So it wasn't so much of the emotions of it. It was just that I knew that I needed to get this story out to be able to help other people, because in the process, when Cheryl was first murdered, God was sending people to me that had went through the same thing, not the same way, but had lost children. And some were angry with God. Some turned their backs on God. Some, how can he let this happen? And so he had me even ministering to people at that time. The book was more so written for the Most High in order to help other people, to understand that things happen. But in the meantime and in the process of these bad and horrific things that happen to people, that the main thing is forgiveness. And to ask for forgiveness, that holds so much power. I want to say maybe 2-3 days after Cheryl was murdered, I was on my knees and I was crying out to the Father. And I was crying out, Father, let them catch the murder of Cheryl. And I'm sure we all was praying. Our whole family was praying. We got some praying warriors in our family, so I know we was all on it. But that morning, I was on my knees and I was praying and asking, the Most High to, let this man be captured, and I heard God's voice like I've never heard it before in my life. And He's told me He said, surely he will be caught and he will die. There's no way that I could have written that in that book. And then this man gets murdered 2 months before the book is published. There's no way. But it just all goes to say again that once again, that forgiveness, it makes a big difference. It's so much power, because I believe I really believe that had he would have showed remorse and ask for forgiveness and acknowledge what he's done, God would extend it the same grace and mercy to him that he extends to all of us, no matter what we have done. You know, and I feel that since he continued on with that path of life that he was living on the streets, he continued it on inside the prison, and I believe that that's why his life ended the way that it did. So.
Charlene, what's the name of mine? Where this happened? We were neighbors for about 3 years. Our kids played together. My son got killed every 3 years, February 1st. February the 2nd, she was at my door. Let me rewind it. This racism thing had been going along a long time in Torrance. My son had been chased from the Hispanics, from the school bus. I never knew it. He never told me. One of the neighbor's sons told me. In 2004, I took my kids away from there and I moved to Atlanta. I soon came back, 2011. My son was being killed in 2016. As I said, February the 2nd, she was at my door one day after he was murdered. I have been living here for 6 years and hadn't heard from her or seen her. But when I tell you, you don't know until you know what it's like to lose a child. I said, how is she doing this? How is she waking up every day doing this? And sometimes someone can lose a child. Someone said this to me. They don't know your grief. Our grief is different. Everybody don't love the child like we love ours, so they don't know our grief. And Charlene, I want to thank you. You have given me strength in the word of forgiveness. I needed to hear that today. A white woman hit the back of the car that my son was killed in. She is not in jail. She never went to jail. And forgiveness has been the hardest thing for me. It's been the hardest thing for me. But today, just hearing you say it, seeing you,
Actually getting started was the biggest challenge. Once I started writing, then it just started coming to me. You know, it just started flowing. But like I said, sometimes it would take me to walk away when it gets to those parts where, you know, her being murdered, and you know, even the trial was bizarre.
I was 18 when it happened. I was going through a lot, like on my own personally. Just 3 weeks, well, not even 3 weeks, a week before my sister's passing, we had went to one of my close friends' baby shower. She was having her first child, and literally a week after that baby shower, that's when my sister was murdered. And then 4 years after my sister's murder, that exact friend who baby shower we went to, she was murdered as well by Hispanics. So it's just been, I've been through a lot, but it just made me who I am today, a stronger person. She was awesome. She was just very quiet, very helpful. She was very independent at a young age. She would go in there and make her own breakfast, like a full course breakfast, like 5 course by herself. So she was very independent, and she had some big dreams. She wanted to be a pediatrician, I believe. She had good goals for herself.
I think if my son was in the vehicle that hit the back of a car and killed a white person, which this person that killed my son was white, would he be in prison? Would he not have served jail time? How would this be different? How would it have played out? Because this person that killed my son was a white female, and she did not do prison time. And the judge kept going on and on about her career and how it was an accident and how she has family and her job and things like that. But my son had all those things too. And I just felt angry. You know, it's just like, it's not fair. And it's just hard. It's just hard to deal with.
you just learn to live with it. You know, you learn to live with it. It's like, you know, certain days is coming up, certain holidays is coming up, certain, you know, Mother's Day is coming up. And so for me, what I do is, you know, a few days before that day actually come, you know, I'll do what I need to do and just go into prayer and just spend time by myself, you know, so when that day comes, you know, I'm able to be strong for my children and my grandchildren.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description, and thanks for watching StreetTV.net.